I believe you're at the media center, which is where we're going to be getting all of the briefings, right? For those plenary sessions that are closed and where we can't be inside to see how things unfold. That media center is where we'll get updated.
Well, of course, Michelle, I am coming to you live from Nasrec, and I must say that where I'm coming to you at the moment is actually the media lounge, where the media has, of course, been placed here during breaks when we are not being briefed by the ANC in the media center. And I understand that we will soon be getting a briefing from the ANC, especially in terms of the latest developments that we have seen. But on a more lighter note, Michelle, of course, as the media, we wait for those briefings, which will give us the go-ahead in terms of what to expect throughout the day, and just some reaction to the breaking news that we have seen today. As the media, we are being treated to coffee from a group calling themselves Huis van Koffie. It is a business at a local school in Soweto, and with me now are two young ladies who will be serving this very delicious coffee to me and my colleagues here. And I'm going to bring in now Nompumelelo, who will tell us all about how Huis van Koffie started.
Well, my name is Nompumelelo and I am the General Treasurer of Huis van Koffie, and I'm here with my president and my colleague, Samgeliso Simelane. She is the president of Huis van Koffie. So Huis van Koffie is an organization that focuses on empowering the youth and teaching us about coffee culture, right? So it mainly focuses in high schools. My name is Mshukantambo Secondary School. It is based in Soweto, and literally being from a township, you wouldn't expect this, but we are actually being taught everything there is to know about coffee.
And of course, bringing in Samu now, coffee, you were telling me a bit earlier on, is something that you want the community of Soweto to know more about. Just tell us more. Why is it so important for you to tell, the community of Soweto just about, why you want to bring this and make it part of their culture?
Right. So what I intend to do with coffee is to break the stigma against coffee, because where I am from, coffee is like a wild culture, and we all know that isn't. So with us in this program, we're trying to eliminate all those stereotypes that are with coffee. And so what we're basically doing as Huis van Koffie is we're introducing the coffee culture so that the youth can have something to focus on, rather than all the things that we are exposed to, things like drug abuse or peer pressure or whatever the case may be. But through coffee, we aim to, to break the exposure that we have to all these things that don't work in our favor, and actually focus our attention on something that that is beneficial actually to us, because at the end of the program you actually get a qualification, and with that qualification you're able to apply to each and every coffee shop that you can find, because you're a professional barista at the time. Yeah.
And Mbubi, if you can just tell us about, how the training was, how long it took, and why you would want even some of your peers to even follow in your footsteps.
Okay. From this coffee project, I've learned a lot. Like, besides learning about coffee, you learn a lot about yourself. You get leadership skills. There is a course for customer relations where you learn to talk to people. And what I've learned a lot. Did you know that coffee is actually cherries that are processed to become coffee beans? So you learn everything about the theory part of coffee and how to make it. And then there's the practical side where we actually learn how to make coffee with the coffee machine. You learn the coffee machine, the parts of the coffee machine and everything, and it does take about 4 months to get everything. And at the end of that, you are a qualified barista.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, those are two young ladies there, Michelle. As you can see that there are already growing queues here from some of the media colleagues, and they're ordering their cups of coffee. And let me just take you through also what they have on their menu. It's quite something cute which we spotted. There you have an espresso, there's a Soweto Cano, there was a Soweto Chino, just to play on words in terms of where they're from and the culture that they know, and incorporating this with the coffee culture, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mbali. I think I might be having the Soweto Chino here in studio. It's good. I can attest to that. Lovely. Mbali, before we let you go, What are you hearing about the delays in the program?
Well, Michelle, for somebody who has covered a number of ANC conferences, I mean, I've even gone as far as covering the provincial conferences and the regional conferences. This is something really not new that we are seeing coming out of these delays. Some of us, even as the media, we were joking, even saying and drawing back to former President Jacob Zuma's address. And I understand that when he delivered the address for the opening, it was around 4 o'clock then. So really, when we see delays of this nature, it is quite common, especially when you can also see, I mean, I even took a drive around the Nasrec conference venue, just trying to spot if whether, delegates are beginning to make their way to this conference. And I must say that the streets surrounding Nasrec are still quite empty. And I also understand that there are still some provinces that still need to register. So Michelle will definitely be making our way back to some of those registration centers, and also just keeping tabs when it comes to where those delegates are and if whether they are beginning to make their way to the conference center. But like we say, it's really nothing new here that we are seeing when it comes to conference delays, especially in a time where we're even seeing legal battles of that nature, and continued breaking news that seems to also then affect what may take place here today.
Absolutely. Mbali, thanks very much indeed for some of the colour on the sidelines of the conference there. Great to see those students and what they're trying to do with their small business, and that the lovely coffee that they're making for us here at the Media Centre.